Hi there! If you're reading this, there's a good chance you've lived through more than a few decades of change, growth, and probably more challenges than you'd care to count. Maybe you've worked hard, raised families, built careers, and chased the milestones life so often dangles in front of us. But now, as you find yourself in the later chapters of life, I want to offer a message that I believe is not just important, but crucial, especially for those of us who've been part of the system for decades. And that message is simple: do less. I know it might sound counterintuitive, maybe even ridiculous in a world that constantly tells us we need to do more work, more engagement, more productivity. But take a step back with me for a moment. You've spent a lifetime doing more. For many, this has been a life filled with achievement, responsibility, and societal expectation. But the question is, after all these years, what really matters now? What is truly worth your time? 1. Doing less, the key to true fulfillment. When I say, do less, I'm not talking about giving up or resigning from life. No, I'm talking about choosing carefully where you spend your energy. At this stage in life, you've likely realized that time is your most precious asset. The message from the world has often been to work hard, accumulate wealth, and achieve status. But is that the smartest strategy now? Maybe it's time to redefine what success means. For so many of us, we were conditioned to believe that happiness comes from the accumulation of wealth, possessions, or achievements. Yet, as we age, it becomes clear that happiness is not something we can buy or earn through work alone. It's something we can nurture by focusing on what truly brings us joy. Take a moment to ask yourself, what do you want less of in your life? Less stress? Less obligation? Less noise? In the quiet moments of reflection, many of us realize that freedom, not accumulation, is what brings lasting happiness. Freedom from the rat race, from endless commitments, from doing things we no longer find meaningful. 2. Evaluating value, time over money. In a society where money has often been equated with value, it's easy to forget that money is not the only currency we've spent our lives earning. We've been saving and planning for the future, but what happens when that future arrives? What are the true measures of value when you reach 60, 70, or 80? If you ask yourself what you truly value now, it might not be the size of your bank account or the things you own, but rather the time you have left. The ability to spend time with loved ones, enjoy simple pleasures, and savor the small moments becomes more valuable than any paycheck or pension. I'm not saying money isn't important. It certainly plays a role in providing security. But after a certain point, adding more zeros to your account won't buy you more happiness if your basic needs are met. The question becomes, what will you do with your time at this stage? I encourage you to value your time as much, if not more than you valued your money. Invest it wisely, because time, once spent, can never be reclaimed. 3. Less work, more life, escaping the pressure. For decades, most of us have been told that hard work is the only way to achieve success and happiness. But now, many of us are realizing that more work doesn't necessarily lead to more life. If anything, it can take us away from the things that truly matter. Maybe you've retired, or perhaps you're considering stepping back from the grind. Either way, this is the perfect time to reconsider what work means to you. Work has been the focal point of our lives, but life after work offers a new kind of freedom, one where you get to choose how to spend your days. Ask yourself, what commitments can I let go of? What activities or obligations no longer serve your happiness or well-being? More importantly, what would you like to do more of? For some, it's as simple as spending more time outdoors, enjoying a morning walk, or catching up on hobbies long left behind. For others, it might mean exploring new passions, learning something new, or spending more quality time with family. The beauty of this stage is that the choices are yours to make. You've earned this freedom, use it. 4. Living on your own terms, subtract, don't add. We often think that the answer to life's challenges is to add more possessions, more commitments, more accomplishments. But what if the real answer is to subtract instead? Now that you're in the later stages of life, it's worth reflecting on all the things that take up your time and energy. Which of them truly add value, and which are simply habits or expectations imposed by society? There is a powerful freedom in realizing that you don't have to do it all. You don't have to fill every moment with tasks, responsibilities, or obligations. Instead, focus on what makes you feel alive. Simplifying your life, paring down your obligations, and subtracting the unnecessary opens up space for joy. It's about learning to say no to things that don't matter, so you can say yes to the things that do. 5. The joy of simple pleasures, rediscovering what matters. At this age, the things that bring joy are often the simplest: time with loved ones, a quiet cup of coffee, the sound of birds in the morning. These things, unlike material wealth, don't cost anything, but they enrich your life in ways that money can't. We live in a world that's obsessed with more success, more stuff, more status. But the truth is, as we age, many of us find joy in less distraction, less noise, less pressure. We find peace in moments of quiet and in the simple pleasures we may have overlooked in our younger years. So what are those things that truly bring you joy? Is it a long walk in the park, a conversation with an old friend, or a quiet evening with a good book? Whatever it is, make time for it. Those are the moments that will matter most in the end. 6. Freedom from the opinions of others. If there's one lesson that becomes clearer with age, it's this: what others think of you doesn't matter. When you're younger, it's easy to get caught up in the opinions and expectations of those around you. But with time, you start to realize that their opinions are just that, opinions. Whether it's the way you look, the choices you make, or the lifestyle you choose, you don't owe anyone an explanation. This is your life, and you've earned the right to live it on your own terms. Stop worrying about what others think. Embrace your freedom to be yourself. Wear what makes you comfortable, do what brings you joy, and let go of the need for approval. The only opinion that truly matters now is your own. 7. The power of letting go, releasing control over the future. As we grow older, one of the most challenging lessons to learn is the art of letting go, especially letting go of the future we envisioned in our younger years. Many of us have spent decades planning, preparing, and saving for a perfect future that may not have unfolded exactly as we hoped. But here's the truth: life rarely goes according to plan, and that's okay. There's incredible freedom in releasing the need to control what comes next. After all, we can't predict everything that will happen, whether it's financial changes, health challenges, or other dynamics. Life is full of unpredictability. The beauty of letting go is that it allows us to focus on the present moment, the only moment we truly have control over. Instead of worrying about what tomorrow might bring, ask yourself, what can I enjoy today? What can I do right now to make my life a little brighter? By embracing uncertainty and letting go of rigid expectations, you open yourself to unexpected joys, opportunities, and moments of peace. So, let go of the need to constantly plan ahead. Trust that you've done enough, prepared enough, and now it's time to live in the moment. After a lifetime of hard work and responsibilities, you deserve the gift of peace and presence. 8. Embracing gratitude, the path to lasting happiness. Finally, one of the most powerful shifts we can make in later life is to embrace gratitude. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of focusing on what we've lost: youth, certain abilities, perhaps even loved ones. But equally important is recognizing all that we still have. Gratitude is more than just a feel-good emotion. It's a practice that can transform the way we experience life. When we take time each day to reflect on the things we're thankful for, no matter how small, it helps to shift our focus from what's missing to what's present. Maybe it's the warmth of the morning sun, the laughter of grandchildren, or simply the fact that we're still able to take a walk and feel the breeze on our face. These small moments are the threads that weave together a life of joy. Even in the face of inevitable challenges, gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties that come with aging, but it does mean choosing to focus on the beauty that still exists. By embracing this mindset, we cultivate a deeper sense of happiness, one that isn't dependent on external circumstances but is rooted in appreciation for what is. 9. Finding purpose in the everyday, meaning beyond accomplishments. As we journey through life, especially after years of building careers, raising families, and achieving milestones, many of us reach a point where we wonder, what is my purpose now? In earlier stages, purpose often seemed tied to big achievements, career success, personal accolades, or fulfilling familiar roles. But at this stage of life, purpose doesn't have to be found in grand accomplishments. It can be found in the quiet beauty of the everyday. Purpose is not a static destination but a living, breathing part of our daily lives. It exists in the moments of connection with others, the simple acts of kindness, and the ways we continue to contribute to the world around us, even in small ways. Sometimes, purpose can be as simple as being a source of support for a friend, passing on wisdom to younger generations, or nurturing the relationships that matter most. For many, this stage is a time to rediscover passions and interests that might have been set aside during the busier years of life. It could be as simple as gardening, painting, volunteering, or taking care of a pet. These activities, though modest, give life richness and a sense of fulfillment that isn't tied to external recognition. As you reflect on your journey, remember that purpose isn't something you need to chase. It's already here, woven into the small actions and choices you make each day. By living with intention, being present in each moment, and staying true to your values, you can find meaning and satisfaction in the simplest of things. Purpose is not about doing more, it's about being present with the life you've built and the people you cherish. In the end, living with purpose is about living authentically, understanding that your worth is not defined by what you do, but by who you are and how you engage with the world around you. The beauty of this stage in life is that it allows for a more profound sense of purpose, one that is not bound by accomplishments, but rooted in the joy of simply being. Conclusion: your life, your freedom. If you've made it this far, thank you for taking the time to reflect with me. These later years of life are often filled with a mix of reflection, change, and hopefully newfound freedom. You've earned the right to do less, to focus on what truly matters, and to live your life according to your own values. This chapter of your life isn't about accumulating more, it's about letting go of what no longer serves you and embracing the simple joys that remain. It's about understanding that freedom is found in the quiet moments, in the laughter of loved ones, in the peace of nature, and in the knowledge that you are enough just as you are. So what's next for you? Will you choose to subtract the noise and add the peace? Will you let go of the expectations of others and embrace your own path? Whatever you decide, remember this: you are free, and you have the power to shape the rest of your journey. Enjoy it, cherish it, and most importantly, be free. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment 1. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.